All right. Welcome to our reading of Jaathi. We're going to be reading Act 1 today. We're just going to get started. It takes place in the Kumar home in suburban Cleveland. Scene 1. Maya is in the living room watching a Bollywood movie, pausing occasionally to take notes. Girish walks in with Seema.
I have a car.
Yes, but this one is better. It has GPS and a heated steering wheel.
My car is running just fine.
Good, then Maya can drive it.
Why not give her the new one?
You are older. You need to project a higher level of standard. Maya will get her turn.
Her turn? Turn for what?
NIRMALA enters.
Girish, did you bring the samosas?
I still do not know why you cannot make them. Just because your friend Geeta says.
Some friend, she and her gossip. No, I do not need to explain.
Seema, take the car. Pick them up.
Turn for what, Dad? What's going on?
No, I need Seema here. You...
Girish holds up the keys.
Oh, you gave it. Good. Yes, go Seema, but hurry back.
Seema stares at Girish and NIRMALA for a moment, but seeing their eagerness, shakes her head and takes the keys. Exits through the front door. Girish and NIRMALA look toward the family room at Maya. Girish picks up a snack from the dining table and eats it, dropping crumbs.
Are, use a plate. No need to make a mess before the Vermas arrive.
Girish stares at his phone. NIRMALA sets a plate in front of Girish, then looks toward Maya.
You and your films, Maya. There's work to be done.
Can Karthik come over today? I really want you guys to meet him.
You've not finished writing the family room, and still you are asking?
He's back from med school. We want to get married, Mom, this summer.
No, absolutely not.
Let me handle this. Maya, don't be foolish. Talking about marriage, you are too young.
I'm as old as Seema was when you first tried to get her married.
Yes, but if you marry first, then people will wonder what is wrong with Seema that we could not find her a husband first.
देखो कहाँ जाती है.
Let's see where she goes, where who goes.
Where is this family? Well, we are not so high that we can do whatever we want. No, Maya, we do not know the boy.
All the more reason for him to come over.
There's more to marriage than a fancy Bollywood wedding.
You guys have to meet him.
No, we have to find a husband for Seema.
She doesn't even want to get married. Karthik and I do.
The Vermas will be coming over and we have too much to do. You still haven't arranged the dining room? Now go, clean up your room. If you will not unpack your suitcase, at least put it in your closet. The Vermas might wish to see the house.
I shouldn't have to unpack my suitcase. I shouldn't even be here.
So you have said for the past year. Enough already. Now go.
Maya heads into the foyer. Then, rather than go upstairs, she storms out the front door. In the kitchen, Girish starts to take more snacks from the dining table, but NIRMALA walks over and takes the plate from his hand and goes to the kitchen.
You are too lenient with them. They do what they want.
Oh, and you had nothing to do with that? Contradicting everything I say since they were little. And now you expect me to tell them what you want? And you think they will now listen?
Seema should be married by now.
Why? So she can spend her life serving a man? She wants to work.
What is the use? She will have to give it up when she marries.
Why will she give it up? Why should she not work?
No daughter of mine.
But she will not be your daughter then. She will belong with her husband's family.
All the more reason she should not put on such airs, should not think of herself in this situation.
You speak of station?
If you cannot make her listen to you, why would she listen to her mother-in-law?
She knows her duty, but I will not have her dependent upon a man for her every penny.
I give you what you need.
Yes, but I have to ask for it.
Seema enters. She walks into the foyer. She pulls off a jacket and hangs it on the coat rack next to the door. She sits on the steps. Maya enters holding a stack of mail.
So is there anything for me?
Since when do you care about the mail? What are you expecting?
Nothing.
Liar. What's this?
Nothing.
This is not nothing.
I'll tell you if there's anything to tell, but until then, it's better if I don't say anything.
Again?
Are you still upset about that? I told you I'm sorry.
Yeah, my senior year has been a blast, hanging out and partying with your apology.
How was I supposed to know?
That they'd overreact, take it out on me, make me move home when you
This is different.
tried to move out? How could you not know?
They can't punish you for this.
Can you just tell me what this is?
Maya drops the rest of the mail on the foyer table, walks to the dining room. Seema follows. Nirmala wanders into the family room and stands in front of a family photograph.
Maybe if you'd stop blurting out whatever you're thinking all the time.
What? I shouldn't call them out on their bullshit?
They've had hard lives. It can't have been easy to leave everything behind and start over.
Why not? If their lives were as hard as they claim, why wouldn't they want the chance to start fresh?
You don't mean that. Raising us here when all they know is back in India, they're doing the best that they can.
Don't be so naive. So where were you this morning?
With Jeff?
Thought you guys broke up.
No, but he's moving, so it would be best if we did.
But you don't want to.
I don't see how it can work out.
You make it work. If you love each other and you want to spend your lives together, you figure things out. I've already planned out Karthik and mine wedding. He's going to ride in on a white horse. We're going to get pictures taken in front of the art museum. We're going to have matching outfits in fuchsia, turquoise, and silver.
You and your Bollywood wedding dreams. It's not like that for me and Jeff.
Obviously.
I can't just follow him off to some random city and hope it all works out. I have my career to think about. Not that you would understand.
I understand ambition.
I want more than just to get married and live happily ever after.
Hey, I'm as feminist as you are.
You want to get married.
So? What if I want to marry someone who sees me as an equal instead of languishing here while I'm treated like a child or I'm not respected? I should be free to choose. That's what you want too.
I want to earn my respect through my accomplishments.
They sure have noticed those, haven't they?
Phone rings in the background.
Girish, can you answer that?
They were happy for me last month when we finished that massive implementation at work.
Happy you wouldn't have to stay at work so late anymore.
No, the CEO congratulated me. The president of the company shook my hand.
Phone rings again.
Girish. Hello.
Said I was a wonderful project manager, that this was the best rollout possible, flawless.
And mom and dad just updated your bio data to get you a better husband. If only they knew you'd already found one.
No, you must be mistaken. Not my Seema.
He's absolutely perfect for you, so I don't see what the problem is.
He's not Indian.
Maya takes out plates and stacks them on one end of the console table. Seema helps, but Maya stops her.
Stop. He's also not sexist. He respects you and loves you for who you are.
He does, doesn't he? And it's not just him, it's his whole family.
You and that stupid grin. Of course you couldn't break up with him. You're smitten.
They see each other as people, Maya, as adults. His mom actually asked Gretchen, his oldest sister, for advice. Can you imagine mom or dad ever asking us for our opinion?
Hardly. They'd rather we didn't talk at all.
Commodities don't communicate.
No, Geeta, I'm not saying that you're lying. Of course you wish the best for my daughters.
It blew my mind. They welcomed me. No pressure, no assumptions, no expectations. I was treated like an adult, an equal, someone who mattered. Do you know how refreshing that is? Being around them, being with Jeff. I feel whole.
I get it. What I don't get is how you could give that up.
Looks at the envelope, starts to open it.
I can't. I won't. Hey, don't open that. It's mine.
Will you tell me what it says?
I'm simply telling you that you must be mistaken.
When the time comes.
I say the time has come now.
Maya pretends to open it again, then turns away when Seema tries to take it. Maya smirks, then wanders back to the foyer.
Don't be a brat.
She has been home all day, helping me. I told you the Vermas are coming. Why would she?
Brat, that's mature.
You're the one playing keep away with my mail.
Fine. Here. I don't see what the big deal is about a letter from work. You didn't get fired or anything, did you?
No, not fired. You won't say anything, will you?
Big risk. Mom and I are so buddy-buddy these days.
Oh, I do not even wish to think who else might have made the same mistake. But you know my girls. Are they the kind who would behave like that?
Don't give me that. You'd sell me out if it benefited you. You practically told Mom about Jeff.
I took advantage of the situation. You tried to move out. Mom was freaked out that you would try again, so I used the opportunity to buy us more freedoms.
To tell Mom that we date?
About me and Karthik.
Well, you would have.
No.
Yes, Geeta, of course I will tell you how it goes. Tomorrow then, okay? Bye.
I gave you the chance to come clean, but I wouldn't sell you out.
Sure did feel like it.
I don't know why. Although, maybe they'd accept Karthik more if they didn't believe I was the only one of us dating. It's been a year. I haven't said a word about Jeff.
You're right. Sorry.
Again with the apology. So what's it say?
Nothing. Just that I'll find out later today.
You know what? Forget it. Whatever it is, I don't care anymore. Just do me a favor. Don't screw things up for me today.
How am I going to screw things up for you?
Let's see. You try to move out. I stand up for you. You wuss out.
I did not what?
You totally caved. Mom and Dad decided these crazy ideas about independence come from living in the dorms. Ergo, I had to move back home.
I don't cave.
Seema, it's what you do,
I stand up for what I believe in.
which is clearly not my freedom.
You graduated and don't have a job. You'd be living home now anyhow.
Not if you actually moved out. Maybe things would be different now.
And you call me naive.
Seema, Maya.
Maya and
I'm
Seema
marrying,
go to the kitchen.
sorry. I'm marrying Karthik this summer. I'm going to make my dream come true.
Seema, where have you been? Where are the samosas?
Oh, I left them in the car.
Seema exits. Nirmala looks at the dining table.
What is this?
I thought we could set up the food on the console as a buffet. Then the chairs wouldn't be in everyone's way as they tried to serve themselves.
This is a home, not a banquet hall. Just do as you are told.
There's nothing wrong with change, you know.
Yes, but not all change is good. She does not understand. Her choices will have consequences later, and I will not be able to help. All the schooling and the clothes and the dances and the lessons, it will mean nothing.
They're chairs, Mom.
If you do not take care now, you will have very little choice when it comes time to be married.
What, the chairs will be too heavy to move? They'll be nailed to the floor?
Seema enters carrying a foil tray.
Seema, Geeta saw you this morning with a boy.
What?
Geeta,
Geeta auntie? She's such a nosy bitch.
I told her you were home, that you would not meet with some boy in public, hugging.
You saw me hugging?
Weren't you meeting your former coworker this morning? You know, the one who moved out of town?
I could not even listen to her nonsense. I do not know what she saw, but you must be very careful with your reputation. Those who would respect you will turn away if you ruin your good name. Then you will be left only with those who could not otherwise marry into a family of our caliber. A family who says they will tolerate a woman who thinks too highly of herself will take pleasure in putting her in her place.
Mom, this is not India. People don't think like that anymore.
But the parents of those boys who you could marry do.
Not all of them. Mom, it's a different country, a different generation, a different time. When you were growing up, women couldn't even vote, could they?
Women in India got the right to vote in 1921.
Oh. Regardless, the point is, just like we're experiencing a different life here than in India and changing our perspective, so are other families that grew up here.
We give you girls everything. Why is that not enough? This is not how I raised you girls.
Can we stop talking about Seema for 2 minutes and just listen to me?
Hey,
You think I do not listen to you? You think I do not know that you have refused to unpack your suitcase all year because you believe you deserved to live in the dormitories? You think that I do not feel guilty every day for taking away your freedom?
You tell everyone what wonderful, dutiful daughters we are, but then spend every minute when nobody is around criticizing us.
Seema sets the tray on the counter, then drifts back to the foyer. She picks up the letter, sits on the steps, and rereads it.
It is my duty to...
Yeah, it is your duty to make sure we continue to choose the proper path to be good people. But if you never give us a chance to make any choices, how are we supposed to actually learn?
I will not let you ruin your life and just watch. Hugging a boy in public.
Times change, Mom. Was your mom even allowed to go to college? No, but you did, and it wasn't considered scandalous.
That is different.
Why? Because it's about education? You didn't get married super young. You went to grad school before marriage, so why can't...
You use me as an example of what freedom you should be allowed to have, yet do not consider the price I had to pay.
Phone
Oh,
rings.
crap. Here we go again.
My sister and I were treated as princesses in our home. We had whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted it. And yes, we were able to go to college. My grandfather was a great man, even if my father saw no reason for my sister and me to be educated. His mother, my grandmother, made certain that we went. But of course, it was my father who arranged my marriage. After the trouble with my sister, he had no choice. So when your father's parents came and seemed willing to take me off his hands, he agreed to their terms. This is the freedom you want?
The phone rings again. Girish answers it.
So you're going to let Dad do that to Seema and me?
No, we will give no dowry. We will refuse anyone to...
Nirmala, it is Verma on the phone. He says they will be arrived by 4 o'clock.
So early? But they were not to come until 7. No, that is too early.
What should I tell them?
What do you mean? Where are they now?
They're at the rest area on the turnpike.
Tell them to come at 6 o'clock, but be nice about it. Tell them they should drive and see downtown, or tell them another place to see.
Girish exits to foyer, putting phone to his ear. Seema sees him and returns the letter to the envelope and slips it back to her jacket pocket. She hovers in the foyer. Girish sees her.
Why do you have to arrange it at all?
We are your parents. It is our job to see you married.
That's why you should meet Karthik.
Not now.
Seema and Girish enter the kitchen. Maya wanders to the dining room.
Well,
it's really nice, but
can a father not buy a car for his daughter? You work hard, and I worry about you with the long drive. You should be driving a better car, a more suitable car.
really, that's it?
What do you mean that's it? Is that not enough?
Seema hands the car keys to Girish. He refuses to take them. She sets them on the table.
Dad, I can't accept it. I bought my car with my own money. It's good enough for me. When I can afford a nicer car, I'll buy a nicer car.
And if your husband does not let you, then what? We cannot buy you these things once you're married. You should take advantage now. Use some sense.
Sense? How does this make any sense?
Maya re-enters the kitchen.
You need a car. I am buying you a car.
Wait a minute. I just graduated and Seema's getting a new car?
Maya, hush. This does not concern you.
If you want me to get married, why would you point out all the reasons I would not want to get married?
Beta, take the car.
No.
You cannot simply order these girls to do what you want and expect them to listen. You have to convince them.
I blame that on you.
Oh, because you did not get married off to some mindless woman?
Speaking back to me. You let them spend so much time with the Americans that they pick up their morals.
You brought us to America. I will not take the blame for that.
Yes, yes, for the opportunity to educate our daughters.
Yet you would have them married off after high school.
Yes, and then we would not be in this situation.
See that? Your situation.
This doesn't have to be a situation.
With them, everything's a situation.
So ungrateful and rude. I should have expected as much with a sister like yours.
I'll take the car. I'll even say thank you.
Girish, go to the store and buy 1 bag of ice.
Not that you'd hear me.
But only 1 bag of ice this time, nothing more.
Girish hesitates, then picks up the car keys from where Seema left them on the table and exits.
Mom, it's my turn. And Karthik and I,
The Vermas will be coming soon, and this house is not ready. 26 years he has used this against me. 26 years. And now he will use it against you.
Maya starts to walk away.
Stay.
Maya pauses but doesn't turn back.
He thinks that by talking to you girls, by explaining right from wrong, I have given you the wrong ideas.
yeah, that we can live our own lives.
No, that I respect you and wish you to grow into strong, intelligent women.
Maya tries to leave again.
And not simply live as servants.
Maya stops.
He thinks of us as servants?
No, as women.
Same difference.
No, he was taught that women must do whatever their husbands tell them to do.
Which is exactly what you do.
Then you have not been paying attention. I have tried not to openly oppose your father, but I have not simply done everything he wants. My sister ran away with a boy.
Not again.
Mom, we know what happened to Sunita Masi.
I'm just curious about what it has to do with you not taking the car.
It could be because you won't shut up about Karthik.
Or you scandalously embracing your colleague in public.
He was of a lower caste, had not gone to college, was not a good match. He was actually but they were in love, so they ran off and married. My mother was miserable, and my father was furious. The boy's parents did not approve either. I suppose they thought he would think himself too good for his lot. 1 year later, she returned when I was finishing college. And she was pregnant. In those days, a girl would return to be with her mother for 1 month after a baby was born, and the mother would care for her and spend time with her grandchild. But my father was still angry and told my sister to leave. His reputation was starting to return as my sister's past was forgotten. But my mother insisted. She would not turn away her daughter. They fought. I remember stepping off the rickshaw when I returned from university one day. The driver heard them and asked me if I would be safe. But she stayed.
Is this cousin Deepa?
I was happy to be able to see my sister again, but she had changed. She never smiles anymore. She's always so tired. I walk past her room and she's lying on her bed crying, not even trying to hide her tears. Now Deepa is 1 month old, and Ma goes to my sister's room. It isn't proper to stay so long, she says.
She kicked her out?
Your Masi finally told us that her husband had abandoned her. He could not find work to support them. How could he? He had learned only how to run a sari shop. In that class of people, I suppose most owners had their own children who would take over their shops. They are not fools to hand over their shops to a stranger. So she kept her lectureship, which did not please him. He asked her to leave her job, but she would not until he had a job. But he could not find any work locally, and she would not move to Delhi or Bombay for him to find work, leaving behind her lectureship. But when she told him she was with child, he left. She tried to excuse him, saying he wanted to make something of himself in return for her, but he never sent any money. So I think it was that his pride could not tolerate the idea of his wife working while he stayed home to raise the child. Maya.
Sorry. It's a sad story, Mom.
We were the family with the abandoned bride, abandoned by a lower caste boy, no less. I had earned my degree, but of what use was it now? Every choice I made, whether to work or not, to marry or not, depended upon my sister's reputation. Good families had come to see me, but no offers had arrived yet. So before too much time had passed and word of my sister's situation became more well known, we accepted the only offer that I received. That family understood well the situation. They used it to better their own standing. 2 days before the wedding, knowing the position we were in, they demanded a car.
Are you kidding me?
What did you do?
We had no choice but to deliver. At the wedding, when people asked, they told that my sister's husband was a soldier, had died in Kashmir. This they did for themselves, for their reputation. Privately, they used the truth to demand much from my parents and to put me in my place if I ever dared question them. And your father never lets me forget.
So let me get this straight. Back in the 50s or whatever, in India, a woman marries for love, gets left by her husband. She's ruined, her family is ruined, and her sister marries poorly.
Exactly.
Therefore, today, in America, if a girl does something that society sees as normal and not to run off and marry some guy for love, which, by the way, is also seen as normal, the same standards of 1950 chances of a good marriage.
Can't make light of this. You say it is not the same time or the same place. When and where do you suppose the parents of the boys you would marry grew up? In India? In the 1950s, as you say. We are not the only ones who carry that time. Do you know what your father said was the biggest mistake my father made? He let my sister, 9 months pregnant, back into his house because he listened to his wife. His wife. So Seema, forget what you are doing to your sister's future, or that you are breaking your heart, risking your reputation for some boy, hugging in public for shame. I will not be able to let you choose your husband. If you bring shame to our family, your father will not let me open the door for you later.
The three stand silently for a while, waiting. Maya storms into the dining room. Seema follows.
She's so frustrating. She won't even talk about Karthik, let alone meet him.
Did you really think it would be easy?
If they had found him first, they'd think he was perfect. It's just because I'm dating him that they refuse to consider him, like I'm incapable of doing anything right.
They're not even thinking about that. So that letter, it was from my company.
Yeah, I know. I saw the envelope, remember?
I put in for a promotion. I'll find out today if I got it.
Big deal. So you'll be working downtown. All this for a shorter commute?
No, not here.
Come on. You made a half-assed effort to leave with no conviction behind it, and then fell for one of Mom's stories. I can't believe you still fall for that shit.
What are you talking about? What happened to Sunita Masi was horrible.
For all we know, her husband did die in the war.
How can you say that?
It's bullshit. And even if it happened, it's completely irrelevant.
You don't know what you're talking about.
God, you're so naive. She played you, plain and simple. You showed her your weakness, that you have to please them, and she took advantage of it.
You're painting her out to be a monster, and she's not. She loves us.
I'm not questioning her love, and frankly, I find her methods pretty impressive. Kind of ruthless, really, but effective.
You're being ridiculous.
Okay, answer me this. What does she want?
She wants me to be happy.
No. I think she cares more about her image than about your happiness.
That's so harsh.
Last year, wouldn't having your own apartment have made you happy?
Well, she wants me to get married, and that would have made it harder.
Yeah. To catch the kind of guys you wouldn't want to marry anyhow.
What makes you so sure?
Well, one, they're not named Jeff.
I can't marry Jeff. Do you know how hard it is to give that up?
Why do you have to give it up? I thought,
I don't want to end things with Jeff. I just have to.
now who's being dramatic?
They moved halfway across the globe for us. I can't exactly repay them by abandoning their culture completely.
Can't or too afraid to? The point is, anyone who judges you for living in your own apartment or hugging someone in public is likely to treat you the same way she was treated for having a sister with loose morals.
She wouldn't.
She wouldn't what?
She wouldn't try to marry me off to some backwards fob.
I think technically it would be FOA now.
What?
I don't think anyone still takes a boat anymore. They all come fresh off the airplane these days.
You know what I mean.
I do, but you didn't seem to hear me.
She's not going to force me into some arranged marriage. She knows I want nothing to do with that.
Do you even know who's coming to dinner?
Some family driving through.
Some family with a nephew who is single and going to graduate school. Why not drive through on the way home instead? His name is Arvind, by the way. He's the nephew of the Vermas from Philadelphia. They're dropping him off at graduate school in Michigan.
Yeah, so?
So what are you wearing?
Well, Mom wanted us to wear Indian clothes.
You're being set up.
She would have told me.
Would she? And what would you have done?
Made other plans.
Call me cynical, but she's still playing you.
Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
Arranged marriage?
I can't marry Jeff now, can I?
Seeing as how he's leaving town, no, not really.
He proposed.
What?
He wants me to go with him.
And you said,
Nothing yet, but I have to say no, of course.
but
But what? He's not Indian.
then why the hell did you date him for so long?
I don't know. Get it out of my system?
Spoken like a true addict. Is there some 12-step program, some support group you could join? Foreign Daters Anonymous.
Shut up.
I don't get you. What the hell are you doing?
If Sunita Mosi's husband would abandon her when they're from different castes, what hope would Jeff and I have?
Oh my god, no. You did no.
I have to end it.
Nirmala heads through the foyer and goes upstairs.
You really think you can fall in love with someone else when you're still hung up on Jeff?
Who said anything about love?
Don't you want to be happy?
Maybe happiness is overrated.
Stop it. You've got to fight this.
Fight what? Mom wants what's best for me. Maybe it's time I just let her decide.
Just don't give in. Don't give up.
What do you mean give up? What is there to give up?
Really? You're going to marry this Arvind guy?
I can't do it alone. I can't fight them.
Seema, don't give up. Being happy doesn't make you a bad daughter. I need you.
What does it matter?
It just does, okay? You owe me this. Do not make things even worse for me.
How would...
Doorbell rings.
They are here. Somebody answer the door.
The doorbell rings.
Somebody get the door.
You're muted.
Arey chup! Stop the yelling!
Maya and Seema stand in the foyer, indicating to Girish to wait as they rush up the stairs. Girish stands at the front door.
Even if you fall madly in love with this guy, which I really don't think you will, just don't agree to anything, okay?
Seema and Maya exit stage. Lights out. And that is the end of Act 1. Thank you, everyone.
Yay!
That is
Hey,
it until
Yay,
next.
Nibby!
hey Nibby!
That is all until next week. So, thank you for coming.
Thanks, Nibby.
Bye, guys.
Thank
Thanks, Anil. Nice
you.
job.
Bye. See you next week.